At the time, of course, I had just graduated with my PhD. I had no prior business experience, but really tried to leverage all the skills I had acquired as a PhD student, which was, really being able to look at data very critically and crunching numbers, experimenting. Again, business, I feel like, is just one big experiment. You're always trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and optimizing for the outcomes that you want. And from there, I reached out to one person I knew in the beauty industry and begged to take her out to lunch and just picked her brain. And so that was the start. It was really talking to that one person and then being very aggressive about going to different events, meetups, and talking to more people in the industry and learning as I went. And so, I launched the company in 2015, and from there made a ton of connections. But again, it was a lot of work being put into the networking aspect and really just putting myself out there and being uncomfortable and talking to people I didn't know. But again, having this mindset of, if I don't do these things, how will I grow my company? How will people know about my company? How will I learn? So that was the motivation, behind getting me to put myself out there and talk to as many people as possible. And over time, learning to be more strategic about my networking and trying to identify who are the people that I really want to talk to and what am I looking for? What am I asking for? And how can I serve them as well? So I spent, it's almost been 5 years since I launched Highre Skincare, which is my first company. And following that, last year, I decided to take a creative side project into a full-time business. And, at the time last year, I was feeling a bit burnt out with Highre and the beauty industry. And I wanted to take time to sort of explore my creative side, and started learning how to pour candles and curate fragrances and really flex my creative and design muscles, and really got into designing artwork and packaging. And I think, from that, again, I quietly launched it to friends and family, and the reception was so wonderful and people were really positive about it. So I decided to really turn it into a business. And I think this time around, it's been a lot easier based off of all the skills and experience I acquired from launching my first business. And the second business, Modern Theory, has been a bit easier, but it's definitely a different beast to tackle, and it has its own set of challenges. But it's been really awesome, and that's my story thus far. Networking aspects, again, I think, in order to network, it starts with just meeting one person, and it sort of snowballs from there. For me, what worked was I really just went through my Rolodex of people I knew, and trying to find someone initially, when it was with skincare, trying to find one person, anybody that had any background in beauty or skincare. And so I found that one friend on Facebook, but also sometimes it involves, just going onto LinkedIn and finding people in your network and looking through their network and seeing who they're friends with or who they know that might be in a different industry that you're interested in. I think that's always really helpful, and asking if they can, your first, connection, if they can make an introduction. That's always really nice to have a warm introduction. I think many people are more open to that, but I don't think it also hurts to just do, a cold email or message, but being very thoughtful about how you craft that message, because I get messages all the time from people, and I think there's you can tell what's sort of like boilerplate asking to chat or whatever, versus like someone that's actually very interested in wanting to learn more about you. And again, it's always nice to kind of sort of stroke people's egos, but again, always trying to figure out a way how you can also help serve that person, because if you're looking for them to get some sort of help or some in, then it's always nice to offer something in return. For me, again, it was really LinkedIn. It was all my social media channels. It was looking online for different events, local events, meetups. I'm very fortunate to be in Silicon Valley, in San Francisco Bay Area, where there are a ton of different events. There's the Entrepreneurship Center run by NASDAQ in San Francisco, which I would always go to and meet people all the time. And again, at these events, it's really pushing yourself to talk to these different individuals, and you never know who they might know and how they can help you and how you can help each other. I do. I definitely still stay on top of what's new and what's going on in the science world, and I'm very close with a lot of colleagues and administrative individuals at the different universities that I went to school at, UC Davis, UC Irvine. I'm very much involved in the alumni network and love learning what's going on with the schools, but also what sort of research is being done at the schools. Also, the whole reason why I decided to pursue science in the first place is my passion and interest in stem cell research, and always trying to stay on top of that, and still reading PubMed articles. So yeah, I think I do miss being a full-time scientist, but I think at the same time, I love what I'm doing now, and I love the novelty of learning not just about science, but different things that are going on in business, different trends, and how the consumer mind works. But I definitely owe a lot to my academic background and the skills that it taught me, and that I've been able to apply in different ways now with my businesses. To grow your business from scratch. Yeah, it's really, really hard growing your business from scratch with no previous business experience or industry experience. It was a huge challenge, and I think it's easy nowadays to gloss over the everyday struggles and the difficulties of starting and growing a business, because you hear about all these incredibly successful startups, startups launching every single day, new ones, people becoming multimillionaires and billionaires overnight, which I do think we're going through a bit of a reckoning now. But yeah, it's really, really difficult, and I'm very proud of the accomplishments and milestones that I've been able to achieve over this period of time, almost 5 years. I know that my skincare brand isn't, a household name or anything yet, maybe, but it takes a lot of time and resources as well to get to that point. And again, it's so hard. So I'm just glad that I've gotten it to a point where I'm very happy with, and for people to come up and say, hey, I know about your skincare brand and I love it. Or I share it with my friends and family. And so that's really rewarding to have taken idea and create something tangible that you can present to the world and that consumers enjoy and love and use.